Hello everyone and welcome to the final of this community challenge. 7 days ago we challenged you, the community, to build a compact and lightweight helicopter. It needed to be used for multiplayer and on dedicated servers. The rules were simple: make it small, make it carry 5 people, make it have a radio, and finally also some way of reading the data about the aircraft. Well, quite a few creations later and a round of voting on my Discord, we now have the top 10 creations to check out in this video. I'll be putting them head to head to see which one will be the final winner. Now, if you're enjoying these videos, comment below and what else you'd like to see in any of my future videos. While there, don't forget that like and subscribe button. Remember to click a little bell icon to be notified of my upcoming content as soon as it gets posted. So all said, let's get straight into it and get started with this video. So starting off, we're here on my dedicated server here. The performance looks really good so far. So the helicopters seem to be quite doing well with the challenge. Obviously, frames per second are good. The server FPS is really good also, so no complaints there. So these things obviously are built quite light, which is obviously quite nice. Now we have all the helicopters lined up, including my small little helicopter, which we're going to take for a little test flight in a few seconds. But over here, the first helicopter that we have, if I'm correct, is just the heli by Strikeman05. We then move on to Huron 1's creation. We then have the TD1 by Lazy Cat. We have the Dragonfly T2 by Mr. Blob. We have another creation here which is done by, I think, Mr. Fails. This is the Buzzard. We then move on to the next creation, which is the Banshee by WizKid. We also have the JB159, which is done by Jacko. We have, this is the Beetle by Thales. We then move on to Logs Humber P5, and finally we have the VTOL helicopter by Shady Woohoo Man. Okay, so all the creations lined up here. We're going to be taking my helicopter for a quick spin, just reviewing the rules quickly, and then we'll be having a look and testing these out to see which one is going to make it to the winner of this challenge. Now, my helicopter, pretty basic, nice and small and compact. Pretty standard helicopter, tail rotor, normal rotor at the top, little engine hidden under it. We also have the seats that were part of the challenge, to have 5 seats on your vehicle. We also have the speed. You could start it up using avionics. We have a little bit of data here. We have a little radio we can also use, which is quite nice, little frequency up and down, and that was pretty much about my helicopter. As you can see, we can just lift it up here, and that was pretty much about it. It just flew itself. This one is equipped with a small little black box, not part of the challenge, is quite useful. But as you can see, this thing is quite nice. It's quite nice and stable and steady thanks to, I think I'm using Huron 1's microprocessor for the gyro here. So it is really nice and stable. It tops off, I think, at around 70-75 knots. So a nice, quick and agile helicopter. Fuel lasts forever. As you can see here, fuel's not going down at all. So the other creations have obviously got quite a lot to meet up to expectations that I have for them. So it'll be interesting obviously see how far they can get and how well they work here in the dedicated servers. But yeah, we're not getting any lag or anything, which is obviously very useful here on multiplayer. So yeah, let's go and check out the first creation. So landing off, and we'll just land here back at base and kill the engines. And jumping out, so we have the first helicopter just over here. Now, I love the design of this one. I think that looks really cool. He's gone and exposed the engine here at the back, and also the use of the paint blocks around here. Got the main rotor and tail rotor. This one does seem to be missing the extra 3 seats, but probably not his fault, because if I remember correctly, I did not write it in the Discord server. So we're going to give a pass for any of these creations that do not have 5 seats. Unfortunately, it's not fair if some of them have them and some of them don't. But let's have a look at this creation and see how it flies. So in the controls here, it seems like we have transmit radio, monitor switch. It seems like a map with fuel and battery on it. Lights, ignition. Let's get throttle all the way up and turn the ignition off. Microphone, and that's pretty much about it. Let's go and test it out here. So up and down. Seems like it's going pretty well. Now, if I'm correct, this doesn't have auto hover in it. It's completely without an auto hover. Maybe he hasn't used a gyro, possibly. I could be wrong though, but let's go and just test it out. So we have your left and right, and let's just try and bring it. Oops. The controls are also inverted for me, guys, so if I'm flying terribly, I do apologize. Let's just try and rise it up here. But it seems pretty good. It's quite stable so far if you very lightly tap the controls. I don't know what the top speed is, so let's go and try and just test that out. Does he have a speedo? He doesn't have a speedo, so we can't test the top speed. It looks like it's doing decently fast. The only, I think, disadvantage with this one, to be fair, is its lack of an auto hover. I find that quite a necessity for newer players joining the game to have an auto hover feature. So really cool creation. I love the design of it. I just think that possibly it could do with a auto hover system. Now maybe I'm missing it. If you guys know of an auto hover in this helicopter, let me know in the comments below. But let's go and turn this one off and let's move on to the next creation. So if I'm correct, what's this underneath here? Nothing. Okay, let's go and just drop our throttle and kill it. Okay, cool. And let's move on to the next creation. So where should we go to? Let's go and move on to the next creation. So the next creation, if I'm correct, is Euron 1's creation. Let's go and check it out. So we have some seats on the outside. Now this is a hover, so if I'm correct, this is a version of a ZE, little hover vehicle. Engine exposed, quite nice. Seat, very basic in terms of design, but it looks really cool. Let's see what we have. So tilt up and down, radio on, off. We have the lights and pushing fan. Oh, hold on. Okay, so let's go and raise it up. Okay, and you can see here it hovers really well and very light. Let's go and... Ooh, look at that. That is quick. What's the speed there? What? 300. That is awesome. That is very cool and very quick. That handles extremely well. It's got all the features in it. I think that's very user-friendly for new players. And server-wise, it's handling really well for server. Wow, that's really cool. Let's turn off the pushing fan and we'll slow down a bit here. Without crashing. Oh, yeah, we just crashed into all the other helicopters. Yeah, what an awesome little creation. Really quite nice without me, once again, hitting all the other helicopters. Definitely a good one. I think that one is probably in the lead so far. So let's go and turn this guy off and let's go check out the next creation. Yeah, he's really done well with that. There are also, I think, some hidden pivots and things inside there, but really cool. Really cool. So the next one we have is the TD1. So let's go and check out that guy. So just have like this kind of like Bumblebee-ish kind of look to the back here. Some flares, some maggles, radios underneath there. Seems like we have the engine here at the back. Some fans in there. I'm guessing that's for the yaw because this doesn't have a tail rotor. So cockpit goes and opens up quite nicely. Let's get in the seat here. So we have a toggle button, monitor, battery, fuel, speed, start, lights, maggle, toggle, WSAD switching, set alt hold. Alt hold's not part of the challenge, so I won't be testing it out. Radio, autopilot. Okay, so that is an autopilot, not part of the challenge also, so we won't be testing that out, but pretty cool still. Full usage and things. Okay, quite useful. And transmit radio. Okay, so start. Turn all that off. So I like the cockpit that you can see everything. That's pretty cool. Let's go and just raise it up here. Oh, that's quick. Let's go and angle it. So it does drop a bit when you're pitching it, but that's fine. And yeah, you can just go and use it here. It's not the quickest of helicopters, but not bad. Definitely not bad. It seems to be handling quite well here, as you can see. A little bit shaky, but overall fine, to be fair. Yours good. Yeah, pretty cool creation so far for this one. Handling really well. Speed's good. It's got a little transponder there. But yeah, nice creation. Don't know if it's gonna beat Euron 1's one, but it's definitely up there as probably, I would say, probably the second best because it's very easy to use. We got it in it and it was very easy to use. So I have to give it props for that. So I'll probably put it in, so let's go with about second position so far for this guy. Let's go and land it here. and get out. So far you're on one's in the lead, and then we have the next two helicopters. Let's go and see what the next one we have. So we have this one, which I think is the Dragonfly. Now if I'm correct, this one is completely electric. There's no engines in this one. Looks really cool. I love the design of like this front main section. The rest of it's just like a skeleton. It looks really cool. Now getting the pilot seats. So keypad. Looks like 2 speakers and a microphone, and then engine start, auto hover, left and right. So that must be frequency, I guess, for the radios. And then we have, what else do we have? Switch arrow keys. Okay, so you can switch the arrow keys. So let's see, up and down. Okay, so up and down. Yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, I love the design of that. See how well it handles. It does drop down when you pitch, so let's give it a little throttle or a little collective. That's really cool. Once again, not the quickest, but still not bad. The only issue I find, and I think, is going to be that battery. So we still the creative base, and we're on 87-86% battery. Now I'm guessing if you just slightly put the collective on, you can keep it at a good altitude and probably use less battery. Yeah, probably. But yeah, really nice creation. I'm gonna have to maybe deduct a few points for obviously the battery running out shortly. I'm guessing you could probably make it to one island and back before that runs out. So I think it's a really cool idea though. It's a really cool idea. So I'd probably say that's probably in tie for second place at the moment. So let's go and just land it over here. And we still got your own one over in the head there. So really cool. Now I'm guessing you probably could take the auto hover off to make that guy go a little quicker, but then you'll probably have to use a little more battery to keep it high. I could be wrong. So let's go and move on to the next creation here. So this is kind of like a dual fan, kind of like VTOL thing. Doesn't have any tail rotor at all here, just some fins. It seems like we have a huge generator. Engine, some tilt sensors and things, some seats here on the sides. And that's pretty much about it. It's very compact, very compact. Let's go and get in. Okay, so auto start. Whoa, hello. Auto hover disable, heater, microphone, up down, tour, radio channel. So very nice, very simple in terms of solutions here. Fuel's going down. We haven't even taken off. 367 should be fine. Temperature, good. Let's go and raise it up. Okay, so that's doing quite well in how it's hovering. Let's go and bring it forward here and pitch it. Is it going to... Okay, so you do need to get some collective on. Ooh, that is rolling quite... Whoa! Helicopter? Yeah, I don't know what I did. So if I did that, I'm guessing newer players will probably do even worse than what I just did there. So we're gonna have to move on to that, from that one onto the next one. Looked like a cool idea and a cool creation. Maybe I missed a setting there, but I don't think I did. But let's go and move on to the next creation here. So we have the next creation over here, which is a nice little helicopter, very similar to a real helicopter. Okay, and let's go check out this guy. So we have the helicopter itself, looks really cool. I actually checked this out in a top 5 video, I think yesterday. Really nice. We got all the seats we need. Seems like we got some actual landing gear and some lights here, temperature sensor, a connector, the tail rotor, main rotor, plenty of seats here for all of our friends. Let's go. We have doors. Yep, we even have doors. So that possibly could slow the server slightly down with these extra bodies, but not much. Seems like another pinch here, and the circuit breaker, co-pilot, pilot, ignition, starter, throttle, radio frequency, transmitting heater, instrument lights, cabin lights, navigation lights, and landing lights. Cool. Let's go and get the ignition and the starter on. Yep, and throttle lever up. Auto hover on. Let's give it up there. Nice helicopter, really quite nice. Handles really well. Yeah, it's keeping itself up in the air too. It's not dropping too much with the pitch. Yeah, nice helicopter. Definitely nice and easy to use. Viewing, you have a nice big window here at the front. Yeah, really nice one. I definitely think this one, just because of the design and how it looks, I'm slightly worried about the pivots and having like 10 of these spawned in at the same time. That it possibly could cause a little lag with those pivots. But overall looks really good. I'm definitely going to put that high up on the list here to see which, to obviously for the final. Let's go and turn it off. Or let's get some wheel brakes on. And let's go and turn it off by just killing the ignition and the throttle. Yeah, that's a lovely one. I like how it looks too. So next off we have this VTOL-ish kind of thing, if I'm correct. Okay, so we have some, looks like some tail rotors. Another tail rotor here at the back. Another tail rotor over here. We have, don't know what that does. I'm guessing disconnect for the fuel. And then battery. 2 engines in this one. Tons of seats and a seat. So parking brake, okay. Speed, engine stats, engine on off, alt hold, park brake, lights, and radio transmit. Okay, so let's get this on. It looks really cool though. Let's go and get it up here. Ooh, a little bit sticky on how it goes up, but it seems like it's very stable though. Let's go and pitch it. Yeah, that's doing well. I love the design, the canopy design, because you can kind of just see everything here. Let's kind of turn it. Yeah, that's doing really well too. Yeah, that's a pretty cool design. It does have more engines, so I'm guessing it uses a little more fuel. Alt hold, I'm not going to test, wasn't part of the challenge really. But yeah, really nice. Where's the fuel here? Okay, so fuel's over there. Can't really... So I'm guessing green is where it is. And we have 1,525 fuel left. Okay, so tons of fuel. What's the top speed of this guy? Let's see if we can test the top speed out. So about 80 kilometers per hour. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a really nice one. Nice design too. Very unique in how he's gone for this one. Definitely put this one also in the top pile there of the list. Really cool creation. Let's go and put it down. How does it land though? Park brake. Yeah, that went really well. Let's go and turn this guy off. So engine on, off. Kills the engine very well. Yeah, nice design. Really cool. I like that one. Next thing we have is the... Looks like the one that can go and land in the water, which is a really useful feature. So let's go and test this out. See, it's got the engine, refueling, reconnectors, got everything you need in it. So let's go and check it out. Main power, nav lights, interior lights, spotlights. Cool, looks pretty good. We even got a winch underneath. That's quite nice. A little spotlight there. Get those lights off. Don't want to waste the battery. Speed, vertical speed, altitude, battery, channel up and down, push to talk, Beetle Marine. Okay, and that's about it. So starter, heater cable up and down, and maggle. Oops, that's very quick. Very, very quick in how it gets up. I didn't see a gyro, so I'm guessing it is done by a special... Yeah, you can see here there's a big microprocessor, so that's the gyro I'm guessing he's using for it, using a custom version. I could be wrong there. Let's see how it flies though. Oh yeah, this is keeping its altitude really well. It does seem to have a slight issue with tilting though. Okay, now it's in a straight line. Seems to be wobbling. You see just the left and just the right a bit. But no, very, very good so far. Biggest question, does it... Ooh, hello. Okay, that was a little bit odd. Okay, what's happening? Okay. Let's try and drop it. So it looks like altitude is set, so that's what we're using our up and down to. It's not actually controlling collective that much. Does it float in the water? Let's see. It does too. Hold on, drop it down. I'm a little bit scared to turn it off. Can we turn it off? Okay, kill the power. Oh wow, it floats in the water. That is really cool. Okay, that wasn't part of the challenge, but it's still cool. Actually, kill the throttle, double check that. Yep, it floats in the water. That is really cool. Gonna have to give a couple extra points for that, but because I know it wasn't part of the challenge, but it's still a cool, really cool feature to have. Winch underneath it also. It doesn't have any fancy pivots or anything as far as I can see. It's got one pivot, sorry, for the spotlight at the bottom of it, but besides that, yeah, what a cool creation. Very, very cool creation. I like that. That's also going to go in the top of the pile there of... Ooh, okay, it does jitter a little bit when we try to bring it down. Okay, so go and kill the power and kill the okay, first let's kill the throttle and then we kill the power. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice one. I like that one. It's got all the seats, it's got everything you need. It can even land in the water. Now, next one. This is Log's version of his 4 engines. So the biggest one with the biggest engines. I think it's also the biggest one out of the group. It seems like it's got radio on it too. It seems like a quadcopter of some sort. We have a door. That's quite nice. Switch to reserve battery and reserve battery. We have, what is this? So some seats behind here. Okay, can we close this door though? Door, please. Where is the button? Another button is somewhere here. Let's go and try and find the button. There we go. Okay, let's close the door off. And is there another door on the other side? There is. So let's go and check what's on that side. So recharging and refuel. Okay, let's go and see if we can close this door again. Engines look pretty straightforward, pretty cool. And let's go into the pilot seat. So a whole bunch of controls. So we got parachute, which is good. Left door, emergency vehicle parachute, VHF manual push to talk, power up, engines on, interior white lights, HUD transparency, heater, front lights, navigation lights, winch up, winch down. Cool. So it's got everything you need. It's got this nice HUD, time, speed, altitude, heading, vertical speed, range, battery. I'm worried on how much this is gonna lag. If you have 10 of these in, I'm slightly concerned about that. But let's see how it flies. Up, down. Nice and steady. I like the open cockpit kind of design. Pitch. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay. Yep, that works really well. And it goes really quickly because obviously those rotors are facing forward. But you can see it seems to be not lagging, but slightly stuttering. Not much. But what a cool design. I love the quadcopter kind of thought about it. Can we slow it down? Oh, that's very smooth though. We're not gaining and dropping altitude a bit. What do we have underneath there? So a whole bunch of pivots and things. Don't know what those are for though. Doors, I'm guessing, and things. So tons of pivots. I love the design. I love the idea. I'm just slightly worried that it's got too many pivots on it, and it's got too much logic in it. It doesn't kind of hit the brief of it being a very lightweight helicopter. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful, beautiful helicopter. I just don't think it hits the mark here, unfortunately. Okay, if I can get out of it. There we go. Cool. It's once again, it's an awesome creation. Just something a little bit too heavy. And then moving on to the last creation here, we have another VTOL type of helicopter thing. So looks like we have some seats here at the back, recharging and things here. Where's the engine? engine must be hidden inside here. Okay. We have a door to get in and out. Useful. Okay, we'll close the door. Engine's on, altitude hold, breaker. We need the breaker on. Oh, okay. Pivoted panel, frequency up and down. Let's get that on. Keypad. Don't know what that's for. An autopilot. Okay, so it's an autopilot. Okay. We're not going to test that once again. That's very loose and nice and smooth. Okay, do I need to give it a bit of throttle? It seems to be light on. Or is that my spotlight? No, it's my own torch. So that's handling well. That's turning really well too. Yeah, that's doing very well. Let's try out the VTOL mode. So up and down. Let's get VTOL mode on. That's very smooth. So that's useful. Oh, hello. Yeah. Was there an altitude hold? There was. I should have used the altitude hold. Oh well. But that was really good. That was a nice creation. I just don't think I can get out of it now. Okay, let's just respawn back at base. So it's nice. I just feel that once again, new players with that VTOL mode, if they have to worry about putting altitude hold in, they could read the rules and things like that. I just don't think it was that easy to use for a beginner player. Even for me, I crashed it because I didn't turn the altitude hold on. So yeah, still good creation though. So yeah, we've had a look at all of these creations. We've seen some really nice, a lot of really nice creations. A lot of, once again, out of the box creations, like the electric eye here, and also this rotor thing with tons of seats in it. Logs is for quadcopter thing. Euron one's little hover thing. But of course, we have to come down and choose a winner. Now, you obviously got the nice classic helicopter. I love the design of it. It's nice and stripped back. It's nice and light. But it's actually going to be a really hard decision here to make this choice. I think I'd probably, if I was to vote, I'd probably narrow it down between this helicopter here and this one and possibly the green one here as my three probably favorites in terms of using them for the dedicated server. If I was just going for a overall great creation, I definitely think Logs has got it. And also this float, this one has been awesome also. This has been an awesome helicopter, floats on the water, but I can't give it extra points for that because that wasn't part of the brief, but it is a cool creation. Definitely a cool one. So I definitely think best design creation goes over to Logs. Most surprising and most useful creation will go over here. If I'm correct, this one was Thales. Top three would probably be these three over here. This lovely green one, and we have the helicopter here and Euron ones. But in terms of, I think the best one, we are going to have to give it to Euron one for his little ZE lightweight, compact, awesome little creation. So light on, looks like it's so light on everything. It's got a couple pivots in it, 1, 2, 3, 4 pivots in it, but it's pretty good. It goes super fast. It's very easy to use, extremely easy to use actually. Up and down, literally go up, tell it where you want to go. You can turn it on to pushing fan, which makes it go super fast, and off you go. I don't see how you could actually possibly even crash that. It's just super useful and super nice. It's got tons of fuel in it. I think this is a really nice one. So this one is going to be added onto the server as a new feature along with my helicopter. So that's it for this video. Thank you for everyone that submitted your creations. Be sure to keep an eye out for the next challenge coming this week. This time we have something completely different and original coming your way. And I hope you enjoyed the video and found it so entertaining and informative as always. And we'll see you in the next one.